I'm very pleased to be here again this year with the Irish Consortium on gender-based violence. Like other members of the Consortium, and I think many of you in this audience who've also been here in previous years, we miss Inez McCormack enormously. She has been such an inspirational moderator. She has been firm and rigorous and held us all to account. I remember last year accusing her of being bossy, which surprised her. And I just want to salute her and to join with all of us in sending her very warm messages. And I think it's wonderful that the Consortium had decided, coming here today, that they would dedicate today this event to Inez McCormack and also the future work, both on the National Action Plan under 1325 and also the broader work on the post-15 agenda. I know that will give Inez great pleasure when she hears the rumour about it or hears about it. But certainly, because she was such a presence, her absence is felt. And at the same time, I'm very struck by how robust and committed the Consortium on gender-based violence is. It has always been a good practice and a good model. I think it's getting even stronger as it matures. You know that it's a meeting in two parts today and has been since the beginning. So earlier this morning, I listened to the CEOs of the NGOs on Development and Humanitarian Affairs, and Brendan Rogers and his colleagues from Irish Aid, and senior representatives of the Defence Forces, as we discussed the new strategic plan from 2013 to 2015 and the issues of post-2015 in particular. And I was very pleased to get a sense of an ambition not only to work well within the context here in Ireland and Ireland impacting with its partners in developing countries, but also being ambitious about using the Irish presidency of the European Union in the first half of 2013 to seek precisely to integrate gender-based violence into the post-2015 agenda. So everything that you've said to date, Marlon, and also the very good paper that you've prepared is, I think, very, very helpful to that process. You heard the very comprehensive and inspirational speech by Nora Owen on issues of gender-based violence, the MDGs, and the post-2015 agenda. She, as you know, is chair of the Irish Aid Expert Advisory Group, and when she emphasised, and I noted her emphasis, that this is a very independent group, giving independent advice, knowing Nora, I know that's true, and that we benefit from it, that it's one of the strengths. This is not a group that is going to somehow seek to please. It's going to seek to bring out the very best in the future planning. And it is true, as Nora put it very well, that gender-based violence continues to be a pervasive violation of human rights, which is why it's so important in looking at Marlon's report that she begins very strongly by emphasising the need to adopt a more human rights-based approach, a framework based on human rights. And the report, I think, is very clear, and I think it forms the basis for a potential European Union-wide report integrating gender-based violence into the post-2015 development agenda. I have had opportunities of talking about the post-2015 agenda in various contexts, not least among the elders. It's terrible to be officially designated an elder. I have to emphasise I'm one of the younger elders, but we have also talked about that agenda and will do so going forward. And indeed, Graça Michel, one of our elders, is on this high-level panel, and she wanted very much to add a pillar to the three pillars that were talked about in Rio. When you talk about sustainable development, economic development, social development, environmental development, she also felt that peace and security and tackling gender-based violence had to be a pillar. So I think there's an openness at the international level to what we're discussing here. And it's it's very encouraging that at the earlier discussion, and I think in this paper itself and in what Nora said, there's a willingness of Ireland to give some leadership here. First of all, we have to robustly implement our own National Action Plan, and I know that there is now a monitoring group that has been established, and I think that will have to work very well, because we can't preach outside Ireland unless we do things well in Ireland. But we are in a position, because of the work and the commitment of the NGOs, the government and the defence forces to the consortium, we have, I think, the authority, the moral authority, to give some leadership in Europe, because it's so important that we do integrate gender-based violence into the post-2015 development agenda and really make much more progress on gender equality. So thank you very much indeed.